Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 541. Merry Christmas to you all. I hope that you guys are spending a great time with your family. Today we're moving on to part 5 of our series of reclaiming our posture. If you guys haven't been following along, I'll give you a brief synapse, but please check back to several episodes back and you'll see where it starts off. The first thing we talked about is reclaiming our head position. All right, we talked about this forward head carriage and how we had to get this posterior translation so we could get over that vertical neutral line. All right, once we were able to reclaim our head posture, we talked about regaining thoracic mobility, because that's a sticky point in a lot of us, especially because we're in constant flexion. But then once we were able to get the mobilization so that we can reclaim the position that we wanted to start stabilizing the thoracic spine. Yesterday I taught a perched seated band pull apart, and the reason why we started in a seated position is because we were able to eliminate half the kinetic chain. We only had to worry about from our hips up. Today we're going to add to that, and we're going to get into a standing position. When we get to a standing position, we have to incorporate the entire kinetic chain. That's from the ground all the way up to the top of the head. And a lot of times people let things start to fall apart here. They'll forget about certain spots, and you see these leaks come out all over the place. So I'll try to go through this step by step. I'll start in a profile view for you. First thing we want to do is we want to squeeze our butt and tighten our tummy. That's going to lift our belt buckle upwards and neutralize the pelvis. From right there, we're going to brace our stomach, okay? Now, just like always, the first step starts with our head. So if we're like this, the first thing we're going to do is bring that head back, right? That posterior translation over that vertical neutral line right here. From right there, we roll our shoulders back and down, and from yesterday, we were squeezing our shoulder blades together, right? And then just bringing ourselves into external rotation of the shoulder. Today, we're gonna take the band, and the setup is rather simple. This is just a TheraBand, but again, you could use any light band. We start by clinching it between our fingers and thumb, just like this. People generally will do this wrong because they'll try to hold it palm up and they get all messed up here, okay? So it's not like this. We start with our palms facing the camera, so it's facing you guys out there, right? So I'm pitching like this. From right there, what we do is we roll our hands towards ourselves, come over the band, and now I don't have to hold on here. There's a reason for that, because what I'm going to be doing is using all the extensor muscles, right? That includes my finger extensors, all right? And if I'm clasping onto the band, I can't be extending my fingers. So positions are going to be very simple. We're going to start with our palms out just like this. Our elbows are going to be to our sides. Again, we'll start from the beginning. Squeeze the butt to level out the pelvis. Brace with the stomach to keep that neutral. Head gets pushed back into that neutral position, right? From right here, our palms are just going to turn open. You'll notice that the band starts to pull there, right? It's kind of pulling me into internal rotation, or pronation, I should say, when I'm going to be working into supination, right? Or palms up. From right there, shoulders come back and down, head is in that neutral position, and all I'm going to do is, again, squeeze my shoulder blades together as my arms turn out. Except now what I'm going to be doing is, yesterday, if you guys remember, the band wanted to hit my belly button. That's great, that's our starting position, but then from right there, we're going to push our arms down. I'm almost dragging the band down towards my belt line, and that's where we're going to stop. What that does is that shrugs my shoulders downwards, okay? So let's put this all together in one piece, okay? I'll start from my side from you so it gives you guys a different view. Squeeze the butt to level the pelvis, okay? From right there, we're going to tighten the stomach. Hands are like this. We're going to roll our shoulders back. Our head is posterior, or moved posterior over that neutral line. Our palms come up as our elbows stay together. We're going to pull apart and squeeze our shoulder blades. The band is going to come in and touch our belly button, and then we're going to shrug downwards, reaching for the ground, all right? And that will push the band inferior, right? Inferior, had a little mind flirt there. Push the band inferior down towards our belt buckle. We're going to hold this position for 3, 2, 1. Remember, our fingers, I didn't make that point there. Our fingers are also open, not closed like this, right? Fingers are also open here. And then all we're going to do is relax the entire position. I'll show you once from this end and we'll complete that. Squeeze the butt to raise up the belt buckle. Tighten and brace the stomach. Roll the shoulders back. Our head is in that neutral position. Fingers are out and our palms roll up into that supinated position. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and rip that band apart, and then shrug downwards, pushing the band towards our belt line. Hold that for 3, 2, 1, and we can start anew. The goal is to get 30 repetitions. Whether you could do them all in a row or whether you have to do them in sets of 5 or sets of 10 is up to you. Guys, once again, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you for all the support. And until tomorrow, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.